Low speed gaming, and welcome to this little event that I wanted to put together. So here we're going to be showcasing a map rando, which is a Super Metroid randomizer. It's been out for a while now in an alpha release. But what's cool is that this is the 1 year anniversary of that first release. So that's what we're celebrating today. And so that got me in the mood of uh, just talking about Map Rando and showing off what it looks like. Uh, and with that, I think I'm gonna start by introducing Map Rando itself. So the team is I'll get into the race after this introduction, right? But the team is we have Matto, who is our lead dev, and then with him is Caleb. So the two of them uh, uh, are really the main people who made Map Rando, the randomizer. So they've been working on a map builder program, and then also the randomizer itself. So it's kind of like two separate projects. And then I come from the logic side, which is based on Super Metroid, Link to the Past, combo randomizer logic. And so that's a project that's been going on for a long time. Uh, uh, and the idea there is to switch that logic potentially over to graph type of logic, which is just room to room. It's a lot more complicated, and so they just picked up this logic and merged our teams together. And here's what we have. So Map Rando is going to be um, every room is like shuffled, uh, as in the doors connecting the rooms are going to be all shuffled, and so it's going to look a lot like arcade in that sense. And with that comes a whole bunch of new interesting strategies. Um, like vanilla just has some limitations in what it can do, and it's been mostly figured out. But by making all these randomizations to the connections, there's a lot of uh, new interesting things that can happen. It kind of plays a lot like Randomizer. And okay, I did want to get into the website itself. Uh, just in if you're interested in uh, like getting into Super Metroid Randomizer, I like drawing attention to the logic page. So the website is maprando.com. And then we have a logic page, and that's going to list out all the texts that are used. And so it's like the general movement abilities. And each of those are going to come with little videos. And I like pointing those out as like something that you can reference as a way to learn how to do the movements that all the speedrunners are doing. And then next to the text is also a list of all the rooms, and we have a list of the some of the more complicated room strats. Uh, Not all of them, because there's like infinite, but there's a lot of them, and they're just kind of interesting to go through. And then similarly, like the whole idea is that you can turn off certain texts and room tricks that are hard to do. Um, so that's on the generate page. Is toggling off certain things, and it's gonna have that same list of gifs showing what each tech and strat means. So it's something just cool to go through. And then the other like big thing to point out is our interactive spoiler log. Um, so when you generate a seed, there's a big button that says spoiler log, and it's going to pop up a really nifty map of the whole world. You can click on things, and it'll show you how you're meant to travel from one location to another, what you're supposed to do. Celic made the spoiler log pretty quickly too, and it looks really nice. Um, but starting out, you're definitely going to want to um, look at the spoiler log because it's very helpful, and also the strats and text because the randomizer is really confusing your first few times playing, just because there's so many possibilities that can come up. I think with that, we can get into the race. That's all I want to say there. So they are ready. So what we're going to be racing today is called hard logic and tricky item placement. So let's just send them off. With that, let's. I'll introduce the people with me. So we have D-Web on tracking, and Tracy M is doing commentary with me. Our racers are going to be Eddie and Steamo. So,
Yeah.
hey, Tracy.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Yeah. Thank you, Aussie. Yeah, this is gonna be really interesting. The closest we've ever seen to this kind of research, we talked about arcade, but I would compare this more to the branching route rando we did in League Season 3. The big difference is in branching route rando, the maps don't fit together. You just have rooms hit in whatever ways they end up hitting. The map is going to fit together, and that is what's really cool about map rando, is the map actually fits together. You talked about the spoiler log. The spoiler log will show the map as it's put together, and it's just absolutely amazing that they've been able to make it so these maps can fit together in such a way that you can still play the game.
Yeah. So as we see them starting, like the first thing that they're going to do is look for where the map station is, because knowing the map is like the most important thing in playing this.
Yeah, way over there to the right.
Already divergent.
Oh, well, that speed booster's nice. That's gonna open up a location.
Yeah. Cosimo gets grapple tutorial 3. You need supers to get through there. And now they're back in sync. So we're going to be seeing a lot of saves in this. The saves are fast, and also there's going to be a lot of resetting. Resetting's an efficient way to move across the map.
Yeah, it's a question of which way do we need to go. Looks like both runners are going to try this upper right section and see if that's going to do it. This trick Simo's doing is not in logic, but there is a missile there.
Yeah. So like the sparking into the entrance of Gauntlet is not in logic, and also this temp blue is not in logic.
Now, not in this mode. Now, I think every trick has is in logic somewhere.
I could have got it there.
Definitely in like if we go harder logic sets.
Yeah. As far as logic goes, we're trying to put everything that's humanly possible as an option.
Yep.
So they're playing hard right now, and that's technically on the easier side of what's possible. So as for what's in logic, it's just things like mock balls and IBJs.
Ooh, look at that. We got gravity suit nice and early.
Gravity suit.
Yeah, I mean, you compared it to SMZ3 hard logic, which is also compared to what we use in League for season races and for what we've used in tournaments in the past. So it's going to be pretty comparable to those things, what we're using here.
Right, the logic was designed around what current tournaments are using. And so we went for something very similar to that. And I think I'm leaning towards making things easier still at this point. I feel like there's some hard things that are still in, like SMZ3 hard mode. That'd
Yep.
still be like too hard for what we want.
Nice early screw attack.
Right, so following the logic, you would shine spark up here to the power bomb door, the ship feeds door. And that gives gravity. Gravity lets you through precious room because it's water room. And then screw attack is what puts this gauntlet entrance into logic. And they also give me tank.
A couple items here.
We're seeing a delayed morph. Like, normally randomizers can give you an early morph.
I find the ones with the late morph are a little more fun. When you start getting the other items. Once you start getting things like speed and screw attack, there's a lot of things you can do with that morph ball. And of course, with the map randomized such as it is, yeah, you can do a lot of things.
Oh yeah, with randomized map, a lot opens up. When you're looking at vanilla map, there's just some choke points that you can't get past because of morph. Anything could happen.
Yeah, and I got a better look at the map check over on Simo's side. Looks like the map station is way over to the left, and there's what looks like and that's like the you see that like this room is got a cross with some sort of refill station, and then way to the left, we see that little gray square. There's your map station, and the map station will always show up like that.
Yeah, there's a couple of unique map icons that have been added.
There it is.
A ton of work was put into the map. Okay, so we see the 4 X's in a line. That's gonna be Mother Brand.
Yep.
X's are the objective to finish the seed, and 1 is Mother Brand. The other objective is the 4 bosses.
Which is, you know, kind of the standard objective. There are other objectives we can play with, but for today, just gonna go ahead and do the normal G4.
And the other big thing we're looking for on the map is the solid big circles. That's gonna be the major items, like speed, screw attack, and gravity. And so the item icons are split into 3. Like there's this big solid circles. There's the big open circles. Those are supers, power bombs, and energy tanks. And then the small dots are missiles. So once you have the map, you can plot a route towards the important items.
I believe this is our first save station. So like in this room above, you can see the open circle, which means it's going to be kind of a better minor item, like you say, the power bombs, which we can't get to because that's a power bomb door. And then what you're really looking for is those big circles. You see a couple right up there. And
yeah, that's the model room, but that looks more locked. It has the Kraid Zila Kraid entrance room.
All right, and now we just move from Criteria into Brinstar, and of course one of the ways I like to play, you can play with a palette that matches the area that you're in, which is, you see Simo is not using that, is now in the Brinstar area, which doesn't necessarily mean we get Brinstar rooms, although these rooms are Brinstar rooms. But just it's kind of a way to designate the areas. No guarantee that there's one boss in every area. No, you could have multiple bosses in one place.